welcome. I am going to attempt this. I've been wanting to do a Pokemon FireRed Nuzlocke for years, ever since I first learned of the existence of the Nuzlocke from Pro Jared, actually. It was the first time I ever heard about it. And I wanted to do one, but various things got in my way, so then I found this nice little thing on the internet that I stole that belonged to someone else. Someone else put a lot of care and love into making, and obviously mine isn't that good. I think I could probably rearrange these things and make it look better. Yeah, there we go. Fix that little issue. So, just going to jump straight into it. I think I can probably adjust the user interface as I go, or the look and feel of the video there. I think I can adjust it fairly easily as I go. I need to adjust this camera to get the mic arm out of it. There we go. Good enough. I need to actually just move the entire mic arm at some point, or maybe I can move it over here. That's better. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. That's better for now, and I will deal with the mic arm in the future. So I have the volume turned down kind of low. There is a good reason for that. It's because this is Pokemon. It's an older RPG. We're going to be using a lot of the fast forward button, and the audio from that is irritating. So it's turned down low a little bit. So with all that said, let's just get right into it. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, the rules of the Nuzlocke are pretty simple. First rule, obviously, I have to name every Pokemon that I catch, or get. Every single one of them. That seems silly, but the reason is, and it works, it makes you more attached to the Pokemon. It makes it hurt so much more when you lose one. That's because rule number 2, if a Pokemon faints, you have to release it. It's considered dead, and that's it. You have to go to a Pokebox at the first opportunity and release it. I say at the first opportunity. I don't know if I mean you have to stop the dungeon that you're in and go all the way to a Pokemon Center and release it. I don't think I mean that, right? But the next time you're in a Pokemon Center, and if you leave a place, the Pokemon Center needs to be your next stop. That sort of thing, right? Like, it needs to be a high priority, but you don't have to drop everything you're doing to go do it. Rule number 3. Every Pokemon that you catch, I was very pleased to see that was mapped, because I didn't check any of the button mapping before I started this. You can only catch the first Pokemon that you encounter on any given route. So if you faint that Pokemon, then you just can't catch a Pokemon on that route. Now, the exception to this is before you get the parcel, before you get the Pokedex, and you cannot catch anything. Obviously, you're going to probably have some fights between Pallet Town and... What's the second town? What's the second town in this fucking game? Viridian. Right? Is it Viridian? I said that like I'm asking someone. There's no one to my right. So anyway, between the first town and the second town, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to encounter some Pokemon. But you don't have Pokeballs, so you can't catch it. So those don't count. Those are just free experience. Experience isn't a big deal. Some people limit the level that you can be. I'm not bothering with that because it just seems a bit unnecessary. Optional rule will be in play. No items during battle. That's just a rule that I like to make the games a little bit more challenging because they're pretty easy as they are. But by not allowing any... We're going to get this fast forward going. By not allowing any items in battle, they just become ever so slightly more difficult. This is the only fight I can lose without releasing a Pokemon. It's very unlikely to lose this fight. Moving on to the next rule. I think that's it, actually. I have to catch... If I don't catch that Pokemon, if I faint it, or if I fail to catch it, then I just don't get a Pokemon on that route. Trades are fine. If I trade for a Pokemon in, say, Cerulean, or if I get the Eevee, then I can't get a Pokemon from the game quarter because that's considered the same route. It's Cerulean City, right? So it's like one Pokemon per area. So I have to choose when I go to Cerulean City whether I want the Eevee, or a Porygon, or an Abra, or whatever, because I'm not going to catch an Abra, or whatever I can get out of the game corner. So that's the basic idea here, is to add more complexity. Now, I have a D6 here, and it's green, so you can't see it. That went well. I don't want to roll a d6 though because d6s are boring, and I have a d12 here as well, which incidentally is also green, so you can't see it. I guess you can see this one better than the... So this is a d12. I'm going to roll it to determine which Pokemon I get. I want Charmander, as stupid as that is. That's my favorite for this generation at least. So I want Charmander. Bulbasaur would be the best at this point. Squirtle, second best. So what we're going to do is 1 through 4, I get this Pokemon. 5 through 8, I get this Pokemon. And 9 through 12, I get this Pokemon. Now you're just going to have to trust me here because I can attempt to hold it up the dice and show you the number, but you're probably not going to be able to make it out anyway. So that's 1 through 4, 5 to 8, and 9 to 12. And let's see what we got. We got a 10. You're not going to be able to see that. Maybe you might be able to make that out. So it was a 10, which is this one, incidentally, that I happen to be in front of. That works out really fucking well. I got a Charlotte. I got a nice little fire lizard. What am I going to name it? That's always one of the more difficult things, too, is like coming up with names at this point. One of the things that Pro Jerry would end up doing was he would just start sort of making noise, and that would be the name. But I'm going to name my first few after my pets. So Charmander here is a male. It's going to be named after my male cat. And that's going to be Dinner. 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 Perfect. Now I'm going to adjust this real quick and see what I can do about putting Dinner there in my little list. It shouldn't take me long. I'm doing it right now. So I already have a nice little image with all 150 of the Pokemon added as onto a transparency layer. So I just have to copy and paste the one I want and then save it. Copy. What the hell? I don't know how to use a computer. Copy and paste the one I want into a new file, as I just did, and then load it up into here, as I'm doing right now. And that should work just fine. I'm going to go ahead and name it so I don't lose it later. It's blurry and ugly, but it'll do. All right, and there's my Charmander. So see, that wasn't that bad. It was not ideal, but not bad. All right, moving right along then. Now that we have our little Charmander there. Now I'm going to start fast forwarding it a bit because there's nothing to do here but battle this guy. And I got to turn down the speed though because that's... Where's my... I need to just adjust the speed because that is a bit excessive. I think that's 500%. And I'm not even sure where that's located at. Overrides maybe? No. I'm not familiar enough with RetroArch to know where the speed option is actually located. But I'm sure I can find it relatively quickly. No, I want to get out of that. It's got to be under settings, right? I could understand it being under latency, but I don't think that's going to be right. Yeah, clearly that's not right. It's not going to be under core. Configuration doesn't seem right. Seems too basic. Frame throttle, that could be it. Fast forward rate. Let's do 3x. I don't think that's the setting that I wanted though, because I don't think that, I don't know, that could be 3x, it could be worse. But it was set on 0, and I don't think that's right, you know? So once we actually get into a battle, we're going to bring it down to normal speed because you make mistakes if you're playing at hyperspeed, and in a Nuzlocke, a mistake costs me the game. However, here all I can do is scratch. and hope that he doesn't get a bunch of critical hits, which is possible. You can lose this fight. But it looks like I am not going to, barring some unforeseen catastrophe. No, I got this fight won. Awesome. Yay! I won the easiest fight in Pokemon history. Alright, getting back into the fast forward here. Dinner grew to level 6. Fantastic. And Patches is coming to say hello. So that cat behind me is Patches. I'll probably name my next Pokemon after him. Alright, so nothing I encounter at this point is going... Good lord. None of this shit was necessary in the first generation of Pokemon games. I feel like, just in the interest of being fair, I shouldn't farm experience for these guys at this point. I should just run from them. Yeah, this is definitely at 3x speeds, and that's far more manageable movement-wise than... It seemed like it was on 500 previously. Again, not farming XP, just trying to get Pokeballs so that I can get the game started sincerely. And that should be at this point here after I talk to this guy for a bit. At the time, this felt like a slow intro if you had to do it a second time or a third time, and Charmander is in front of me and that's driving me crazy. I need to fix that real quick. Wait, I'm moving the wrong thing. Okay. That's better. I was moving the wrong thing and that was weird. I don't even know what I was moving. I guess it wasn't important. So anyway, the first time it's not that bad, but the second time you have to go through there, it's pretty fucking tedious. But you know, for the time, now, against current games, that's lightning fast. Like, that's it. Tutorial's over. The game has started. Alright, and that's it. There's no saves coming. I play on hardcore mode. There are apparently no achievements for this particular game. I actually didn't check. I'm going to check that real quick, just out of curiosity. Yeah, it doesn't know what the game is. I'm not terribly surprised, and I don't care. I'm not playing for achievements. Alright, so now the run has begun. Any Pokemon that I encounter, if it's the first Pokemon that I encounter on that route, I can capture it. Obviously, if my first battle is with the trainer battle, that doesn't count. The first wild Pokemon I encounter is the one that counts. So, that said, this first Pokemon is almost certainly going to be a Pidgey or a Rattata. I'm good with either one because, let's face it, there's nothing good that I can actually get at this point. And it's a Pidgey. Nice. Alright. Oh, wow, that hit him hard. Please don't kill. Do I even have Pokeballs? I feel like Professor Oak gave me some. If I don't have Pokeballs, then it still doesn't count. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Professor Oak gave me Pokeballs. I started really second-guessing myself there. Alright, come on, did we catch the Pidgey? We did. Of course we did. It's a fucking level 3 Pidgey. Alright, let's add that in real quick to my thing. Shouldn't take long. If I can find Pidgey on this giant clusterfuck of... Good lord. What number is Pidgey? There he is. You don't catch a whole lot of Pokemon, so this isn't going to be something that happens a whole lot, you know, just so you're aware. It is something that's going to happen more frequently here at the beginning, but once the run is started, there's not very many opportunities to actually catch Pokemon. That seems too big. And now we have a Pidgey. Yay! This is going well. I say this is going well, like it literally just started. I didn't see if it was a male or female. It's a male. Alright, well, let's see, a Pidgey male. Chicken nugget? Will chicken nugget fit? I don't think it'll fit. Chicken nugget's definitely not gonna fit. How about just nugget? Oh, little nugget. I like it. Little nugget. Alright, cool. 2 Pokemon now. Now, I cannot catch any more Pokemon on Route 1. I mean, I think I'm on Route 1. Yes. So, I cannot catch any more Pokemon until I can stop by Route 22 and try to get a Mankey, which I'm going to do because I really need a Mankey because I have a Charmander to fight Brock, and that's not going to fucking end well. And man, the chances of getting a Mankey are not very high, especially given that I have 1 shot to get him. But that's a future problem. Let's deal with that in a minute. First, we got to gain some levels, and there's no way to do this but to do it. It's going to be tedious and slow and painful, and there's really nothing I can do to make it better other than speeding it up. And you know, speeding it up will help a lot, but it's only going to do so much. First things first, we need Charmander up to a decent level. I guess in the meantime, we can talk about various bullshit, right? We're not doing that yet. We're gonna go heal you first, and then come back and fight the level 4 Rattatas, because we can't risk him dying, right? If he dies, that's it. End of his life. He has to go be released. All right, so back to grinding here. So regrettably, there's no way to do this but to fucking do it, and 1 critical hit can just fuck up everything. I think I'm probably alright here at level 7, but... Oh, not against a level 5 PG. That's pretty intense. That dude can do some damage. But I want the experience. Alright, good. But now we need to go heal because I'm half dead. And this sucks. You know, this is the reason that I didn't stream Dragon Warrior, which is an NES game that I really like. But it's just grinding. It's 99% just grinding. And I had the same issue when I was going to stream Ultimate Exodus, where it was just, there's a lot of pointless, boring grinding. And with Ultimate Exodus, you can't really do it at hyper speed like I can here. Because with Ultimate Exodus, the spells that you use, they work every other frame. Or not every other frame, every other set of frames. And every enemy has 2 animations. And every character has 2 animations, and on some animations the spell will always work, and on some they always fail. So if you know the difference, then your spells never fail. But because of that, you can't play at hyper speeds because you need to be able to react to the frame that it's on. And now we've got to get some experience for Nugget because this is gonna suck, and it's gonna be slow. But at 300x speed, it's not unbearable. It's just kind of tedious and boring. So in the meantime, man, I really put my foot in my mouth a few days ago, right? When I shared one of these news articles about, you know, one of these trans pieces of legislation going into effect in fucking, I think it was Arkansas, this one was, that I talked about. And I was like, haha, you know, the government may have taken away my right to bear arms, which is true. But, you know, if you try to take away my rights, there's going to be an army of fucking libertarians standing beside me and standing in front of me here in New Hampshire who aren't going to allow that to happen. And like the very next day, the very next fucking day, libertarians in New Hampshire decided that the anti-trans shit was the hill that they wanted to fucking die on. And it's so fucking depressing seeing these people who a month ago I would have called my friends, not even listening to me and listening to reason on the subject of trans stuff. Like, one of my good friends, Jeremy Kaufman, is on Twitter talking about how he's not going to call it gender affirmation surgery, it's genital mutilation. And like, damn, that's some loaded language, right? But okay, let's have a discussion then, because no one's having a conversation about the genital mutilation of minors. Because that's a stupid conversation. It's not happening. Nowhere in the United States is that happening. every hospital that I looked at, every children's hospital said that they would not perform sexual reassignment surgery on anyone under the age of 18. Which is like, duh, right? And when I was talking with someone about this on Facebook, of course, they were arguing with me about how this is an epidemic, basically, right? Because, like, he found 56 examples from 2018 to 2021 of people under the age of 18 getting sexual reassignment surgery. 56 examples. And we had already allowed by this point in the conversation that there were exceptions. 56 children over a 3-year period had gender identity disorder or had some sort of issue so severe, so prevalent in their lives that they got sexual reassignment surgery under the age of 18. 56 across 3 years. So I was like, dude, weren't you all, we shouldn't lock down because we shouldn't force kids to get vaccinated and all this other stuff because COVID has such a low mortality rate for people under the age of 18? So like 56 out of all of the children in the world, that's in the United States. So 56 children, that's too fucking many. But the 6,000 children or whatever who died of COVID-19, that wasn't too many, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here and that you're being consistent. 56 children getting sex changes is too many. But 6,000 children dying of COVID, no, that's not a problem. That's not anything we should react to. And that's the level of disingenuous hostility that we're actually dealing with here. And then when he said, are you saying this doesn't happen in the United States, meaning children getting sex changes, my response was, out of all of the hospitals that I looked at, and then I linked to them, none are willing to perform this surgery on anyone under the age of 18, barring some extremely limited exceptions. And he went back, so you're saying this has never happened, there's never been a case. I was like, wait, no, now you're moving the goalposts, which is something else that people do when they're not trying to have an actual, genuine conversation. They move the fucking goalpost. That's not what I said. I said it's not happening now in any numbers worth being concerned about. That's not even one child per state in 3 years, right? Well, you know what I mean. It's not one child a year in each state. I don't know how to convey that more succinctly, but it's an extremely low number. I'm going to switch out for Charmander here just to be safe. So anyway, Jeremy Kaufman ended up saying, that it's not sexual reassignment, it's not sexual affirmation therapy, it's genital mutilation, which just shows that he doesn't even understand the basics of what is being discussed here. The bill in question that we're talking about and the therapy in talking about is literally called gender affirmation therapy. Therapy, not surgery. I don't know if they know this or not, because I know they don't have medical degrees and they don't have psychology degrees and they don't have, generally they don't have scientific degrees in the first place, so all of this is a bit outside of their natural wheelhouse. But therapy and surgery are not the same things. And gender affirmation surgery is sexual reassignment surgery, and no one under 18 is getting that, minus those 56 outlier cases who for some reason got it because they're, for whatever reason, those 56 people got it. I don't know the details. But that's gender affirmation surgery. Or to keep the conversation a little bit simpler, sexual reassignment surgery. It's now being called gender affirmation surgery. I think that's just muddying the discussion and it's giving people on the right, these conservative types, more ammunition than we should be giving them. And I don't think it's a bad thing to call it sexual reassignment surgery, but whatever. It's too late now. It's gender reassignment surgery. It's gender affirmation surgery, and that's what it is. So anyway, I pointed out that gender affirmation therapy for people ages 6 to 17, or rather 10 to 17, is to put them on puberty blockers, to sort of put their body on pause in the best way that you can until they're old enough to make a decision about whether or not they want to transition and have sexual reassignment surgery and get on hormone replacement therapy and all this other stuff, right? That's what they do. And the therapy part of it comes in because the psychologists, the teachers, and the parents, all of these people, they work to refer to the child as the pronoun the child prefers. This is what makes it gender affirmation therapy. You're giving them therapy to affirm their gender. Again, not surgery, distinctly, not fucking surgery. It's therapy. So I pointed out all of this as well as I could on Twitter and their tiny little character link. And, you know, I expected him to come back and be reasonable. Like, okay, I misunderstood what we're talking about here. We're not talking about... Because remember, his entire initial tweet was that this was genital mutilation. Gender affirmation therapy was genital mutilation. And now I'm like, no, it doesn't have anything to do with genitals. It's just puberty blockers and calling you she, her, or he, him. That's it. That's gender affirmation therapy for people ages 10 to 17. And he came back with, well, puberty blockers don't really block puberty. That's just a myth. And furthermore, the effects are irreversible. Well, yeah. Everything is irreversible. Nothing is actually reversible. That child is going to age to 18 one way or another. It's not like we can fast forward into the future and skip those years and ask their mature self whether or not they want to transition. That child is going to have to age. And there's nothing we can do about that. And there's the possibility of regret on all sides of the aisle. The child can transition to female and regret it. We're assuming male to female because that's the one they always talk about. The child can transition male to female and regret it. Can stay as a male and regret that. Or can transition and be, oh my god, I gotta make you. Can transition and be happy about that. Or can transition and regret it. You know, those are the options. It's one of those 4x4 grids where there's regret possible with each decision. And there's happiness possible with each decision. And we don't know which one of these is going to lead to happiness and which one is going to lead to regret. We can't know. We're not omniscient. We can never know. All we can do is let that person make the best decision for themselves that we think they're able to make. And okay, you don't want a 12-year-old making it. Well, the next best thing we can do for this child's well-being, to give them time to make that decision when they're older, is put them on puberty blockers. That's like the best we can do. Otherwise, they're going to transition as a male, and they're going to regret that, and there's no undoing that either. And there's no undoing transitioning and regretting that either. There's no undoing. It is. Life doesn't have an undo button. Why is it when we discuss trans issues, people suddenly forget that and expect life to have a fucking undo button? No. You make a decision and you have to go with it. That's fucking life. And that's true whether you're 12 years old or 25 years old. And there's a possibility of regretting every single fucking decision that you make. I gotta come up with a male name here for a monkey. Donkey Kong is a bit on the nose. Tiny could work, but Tiny feels a little dull. What do I want to name a monkey? I'm feeling Rhubarb. I don't know how to spell Rhubarb. How do you spell Rhubarb? I'm gonna look up how to spell Rhubarb. That's what I thought. There was an H after the R. I thought so, but I wanted to be completely sure. So this definitely getting a Rhubarb from this Pokemon. Rhubarb. Perfect. Now let's add him in real quick. Shouldn't take long again. Besides, I'm starting to get kind of good at this. But now I have to find Mankey. And that's easier said than done. So yeah, I don't know what it is about the trans issue that makes people think that suddenly it's even relevant to the discussion about whether or not something can be fucking reversed. Nothing can be reversed. That's life. Once the paper's crumbled up, it can never be perfect again. Once you've made a decision, that's it. And that's always the way it's been, and that's always the way it's going to be. That's never going to change. I don't like the little locking thing that is going on right here. All right, well, we actually got the Mankey that we wanted, and that's amazing. Alright, so that's everything from Route 22 and Route 1. We need to heal up that Mankey, and we gotta grind him a little bit, but not a whole lot, because I think they learn low kick at a relatively low level. And I'm gonna go ahead and save it, even though, like, if a Pokemon dies, I'm not gonna save scum to fix it. I'm just gonna have to roll with it. But we do need to get that Mankey some experience. Oh, Rhubarb, you need some experience. And I feel like the best way of getting this is gonna be in Viridian Forest. Because both Pidgey and both Dinner and Nugget, they have attacks that are good against bugs, right? And that makes the fights a little bit better in our favor, which is a good thing. That's what we want. I think I'm gonna go get that potion. I mentioned no items in battle, right? Yeah, no items in battle. And I need to buy some antidotes, because poison can fuck you up in a Nuzlocke if you've got no way of dealing with it. And I just don't want to be in that position. I want to shout out to whoever I stole this overlay from. I really like it. You did a really nice job on it. I wish I could say that I made it. Obviously, I did not. I stole it shamelessly after Googling it. I wasn't even looking for a full overlay. I don't remember exactly what I was looking for. I think I was just looking for a logo that said, you know, Pokemon FireRed Nuzlocke or whatever. It's interesting that they also chose FireRed because that's the version that I'm playing on. Alright, carrying on into Viridian Forest. Oh, Route 2, I can get something here. If it's not a Pokemon that I already have. I didn't mention that as well. If I encounter a Pidgey, cannot catch it. If I encounter a Mankey, cannot catch it. A Charmander, cannot catch it. Okay? I don't know why that's the rule, but it is. So, I gotta hope for a Rattata here. Maybe a Metapod or a bug of some description. It's a Pidgey. Can't do it. We're not getting a Pokemon from Route 2. And that's how that goes. That's brutal. That's rough, man. Well, Rhubarb gained experience, Dinner gained experience, and all of that's great, but I would have liked the Pokemon. But we can catch something in Viridian. The odds of encountering a Pidgey first here are very, very low. Obviously, not impossible. Caterpie. Alright, well, we want to... Ah, shit, everything's so powerful. Hold on, Cat, I need you to... I kind of gotta let Mankey or Rhubarb handle this. Because everything else will just fucking kill the thing. And we can't have that. If he dies, we can't catch him. Come on, Rhubarb. You got this, dude. I believe in you. Just make him yellow. Good. Come on. Catch Caterpie. Caterpie is going to get named after my female cat because she's female. And Caterpie's female. Got it. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and fix Caterpie and add Caterpie in real quick. Should not take long because I know where Caterpie is, thankfully. Yeah, I'm definitely getting faster at that, so... I mean, it's going to suck when Caterpie evolves and all of that shit, because Caterpie does evolve very quickly. Whoa, bit too much there. I feel like that sprite is mirrored. Is it just me? I feel like that's mirrored. Whatever. Yeah, I definitely accidentally mirrored that. And it looks weird. How do I undo that? I don't like it. It's mirrored, and I hate it. Whatever. It's not going to be a Caterpie long enough to fucking matter. Although, I wish I knew how I did it, and I wish I could never do it again. Alright, so Caterpie is going to get named after my female kitty, and that would be Rainbow. Go, Rainbow. Alright, so now I got 2 Pokemon to level again, which is Rainbow here, and Rhubarb. But first, I gotta head back to the Pokemon Center and get some... healing done for these guys. Oh, don't poison me. Don't! Seriously? I think that's gonna require a antidote. 12, 11, 10, 9. Eight, 7, 6. He's not gonna make it. 5, 4. Yeah, not gonna make it. Gotta use the antidote. I was hoping to avoid it because those cost, you know, 200 fucking Poké-Dollars, but clearly, just make sure that I actually did that. Okay, good. I didn't want him to die again on the way. That would have sucked. Not again, obviously. Alright, well, we're already down one fucking... We're already down one antidote, which sucks. I mean, I'll find some more in Viridian Forest, but, like, I would just rather not have used one already. Because we still need to level Caterpie and... We need to level Rhubarb and Rainbow. And there's good chances of encountering Weedles in Viridian Forest, so... This is going to take a while, but get comfy. It didn't actually take too long to get Nugget up to level 9. Now we're just trying to get Dinner up to level... No, we're not really trying to level Dinner, but we're trying to get him to 10. And then we'll switch over to Nugget and let Nugget get to 10, and so on. That way they don't get too powerful, and they're still gaining experience, and they can provide support for the others. I mean, Rhubarb's probably strong enough to level by himself against these bugs, but I mean, they're coming in at level 5, and there's just no point in risking it. Like, losing him would make this run so much more difficult. And the run has been very lucky so far. So he's level 5, so we're going to leave Viridian and go out to Route 2 and do some farming, because that's going to make things just ever so slightly easier and ever so slightly faster. Because I don't have to swap Rhubarb out. Fighting is weak against Bug, I think. I feel like it is. I'm not 100% sure. And now we want... No, now we want Nugget. Go, Nugget. Gust used to... Not tackle, idiot. Gust used to be a normal type move, and dude, that sucked. That sucks so bad. I feel like I still want to do this until Nugget's level 10. Ooh, Weedle. Do I even want to fight him? You can poison me. That's $200 down the drain. No, a 14 experience. That's going to take forever. I mean, we kind of need it. Yeah. Alright. Just until Rhubarb is level 6, I guess. And then we can go back to Route 2/Route 1. Whichever one is easier, but I think Route 1 is actually closer, so it's probably slightly better for leveling. Oh, Pikachu. I don't want to risk it. If he had a fighting move, I would let him fuck you up, Pikachu. But he does not. Oh, he's got some normal move, and I'm pretty sure Rhubarb has a pretty low special defense. I don't know all of the stats of Pokemon off the top of my head, but why would Rhubarb have a high defense? Like, he's a Mankey. Special defense, I mean. I should check that real quick. Just to be sure, you know. Rhubarb leveled up, good. Go, Rhubarb. What are your stats like? Yes. Well, better special defense than defense, actually. Wow, your defense sucks. I would not have expected that. Alright. None of us are taking any damage. Alright, that's good. But we can level fairly quickly out here against these normal types with Rhubarb. How do we immediately encounter a fucking level 5? That's dangerous. We need Rhubarb at least at level 10. And I hate saying that because that feels like a really high threshold. But it's not. Can we attack something besides Pidgeys? Oh, this is getting red. Maybe we'll have more luck with Rattatas down on Route 1. This is the only part of the game where there's like serious this amount of grinding, and it's because Brock comes in at level 10 and level 12, and you need a fighting type or a good water or grass type. And obviously it's a Nuzlocke, so my options are limited on typing. Luckily, we got Rhubarb here, which was super fucking lucky. But we still have to level him up to a decent point where he actually stands a chance against Brock. And there's a good chance he's gonna die. And that we'll finish up. I will save beforehand, but like I will only. No, everyone has to die. That's the only way I'll recover a save. Literally every Pokemon dies and I game over. And if that happens, I don't know. I think I would just abandon the run at that point. So I don't see myself saving before a battle and then, you know, undoing it somehow. I just don't see it happening. Once I fight something, it's permanent. And still just grinding. I thought that fighting was good against normal types, but I feel like it doesn't always say it's super effective, and maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. But this is definitely slow. I wish it would fucking one-shot the Rattata. That would make this a little bit faster, but having to hit each one fucking twice is making this really slow. I think I got a bad Rhubarb. Yeah. Out of statement context that will never make sense again. I think I got a bad Rhubarb. But, you know, this is the Rhubarb we have, so you go to war with the Rhubarb you have, not the Rhubarb you want. And if I say Rhubarb again, I'm going to have an aneurysm. Alright, well we got him up to level 8, and that's good. I kind of feel like I want to move on, but I know that's not good enough. I said level 9, and we're going to aim for level 9. So, one more level for Rhubarb. And then we'll level up Rainbow, and then we'll proceed with the game. And that's it for the hardcore grinding. It doesn't happen again. The rest of my levels will just be kind of acquired while playing the game normally. But you do have to grind here because there's such a huge gap between your starting Pokemon and Brock. Like even in a normal playthrough, not doing a Nuzlocke, you're going to do a fair bit of grinding here. You wouldn't necessarily level all of your Pokemon up to level 9 or level 10. But I'm going to, because it is a Nuzlocke. Obviously, all of these problems would be solved if I could just, you know, if I would have rolled for Bulbasaur or Squirtle. That being the case, Brock would be a pushover. Leech Seed him, Vine Whip him, whichever one you get in this game. Well, we're finally one-shotting Rattatas. That should speed this up ever so slightly. But we're still not going to be one-shotting the Pidgeys. Two-shot though, so not awful, but slow. Consistently one-shotting the level 3 Rattatas, so that's nice, that's an improvement. I mean, I do have it beat by 5 levels, and I am using a move that's super effective, but I think low kick's fairly weak. Seems to have a base power, I'm guessing, of 40? Is there a way to find out? Oh, it doesn't have a set damage. Inflicts more damage on heavier foes. Okay. Well, isn't Onyx kind of light? I feel like he is. Even though you would think a big giant fucking boulder would be kind of heavy. Alright, Rhubarb's done. I feel like we can get dinner her levels as we go through Viridian Forest. I mean, she's a Caterpie. We're not going to need her against Brock. So we don't really need to go out of our way to level her. Chances are good we'll need Nugget and Dinner against Brock. So we do need those. But I think we're just going to proceed here and hope that we don't. I mean, if we have to throw out fucking Caterpie or Metapod against Brock, then we're fucked anyway. So, go Nugget! Such a Nugget. Nugget still outspeeds even after the string shot. It's pretty good. Go Nugget. Good job. Alright, first... Nope. Our first actual real Pokemon trainer battle is coming up soon. And that's a bit intense. Don't poison me, please don't poison me. Come on, Nugget. You can do it, Nugget. This is kind of, I feel like he's got like 2 level 7 Weedles or something like that. I don't remember what this guy's got. But so far, none of these Pokemon are hurting me, and that's good. Because that means I'm going to go into this fight with full health. And level 10 for Nugget. No. Alright, let's see what this guy's got. Level 6 Weedle. I don't really want to take any chances. I want to slap you with a dinner. But we're gonna start with a Nugget. Go Nugget! You can do it. This is so intense because like a poison could really fuck me up here. And that string shot could really fuck me up here. Now it outspeeds. It doesn't outspeed. Okay, Weedle is still really slow. That's good. One shot? Good. One shot. This is so intense. Because if any of these Pokemon faint, I have to go and release them. They're dead. End of story. And that severely limits the options that I can use against Brock by 1 Pokemon. And I've only got 4. Caterpie, yes, we're going to send out Dinner, not Dinner, Rainbow. You go, Rainbow. Easy fight, easier than I was expecting, honestly. I mean, I was a little intense over this one. So we're going to throw Dinner out there and let him get up to 11. We do need some more experience for Rhubarb, but I'm not terribly worried about it. After this fight, I'm going to go refill my drink, and I will be back in like 3 minutes tops. So don't go anywhere, I'll literally be right back. Simple enough then. Good fight. I don't think we even took any damage, did we? And Rainbow grew to level 5. Go Rainbow. Yeah, we took no damage. Awesome. I'll be right back. I have returned, obviously, because you're seeing me again and you were not seeing me while I was gone, so... I'm really looking forward to Caterpie evolving, or Rainbow evolving, so that I can get rid of that fucking mirrored sprite that I somehow mirrored. I don't know what this guy's got. Here's the level 7 Weedle that I was thinking about. Alright, well, that's a bit high. We're gonna entrust this one to Nugget. Nugget, you got this. Right? What's the worst that could happen? String shot, good. Still making bad decisions. I get her. I have not named a cat Patches. I have not named a Pokemon Patches yet, so that's likely to be my next male one. Patches is the male cat that you saw behind me earlier in the stream. I also call him a Nugget a lot because he is a little nugget, but he's not actually my cat. It's not worth getting into. He's not my cat, but he hangs out with me a lot, and he's super chill. And he's a little nugget. Alright, so this fight is a lot easier than I would have expected. Easy enough that I'm tempted to just fast forward my way through it, because I don't see anything bad happening here. Cat, your head is in the way. You know how you have to sit if you want to sit in my lap and play the game with me. I will be very happy for fucking Rainbow to evolve in a Metapod so I can get rid of that stupid flipped sprite. Do I want to let you fight this by yourself? Can you fight this by yourself? It looks like you can. Alright, this is going to be tedious as fuck, so as long as Rainbow's still hurting the Kakuna, I'm going to let this play out. Cat, you can't do that. And Rainbow is still hurting the Kakuna, so it's just tedious and stupid, but it's more experience for Rainbow, and Rainbow is the one who needs the experience right now, so that's what we're letting play out. 106 too, that's pretty good. Metapod is like 30 experience, wait, not even that. Maybe 20, good, there's my antidote back. Are you, yeah, ooh, I didn't know, ooh. I didn't know he was a fucking trainer. Let's let Nugget handle this one again. Because Nugget's faster, and they're going to hit with that string shot. I say that like I planned that on purpose, right? Like I thought that far ahead, like, he's going to use string shot. Let's send out Nugget, because Nugget's faster. I didn't actually think that. It's solid reasoning. There's something wrong here. Hold on. Okay. So I took a sip of that and was like, shit, that's a warm fucking beverage. What the fuck happened? And it immediately was apparent what the fuck happened. I forgot to put Sprite in that. So that was just straight fucking vodka. Well, it wasn't straight vodka because there was still some Sprite from the previous mixed drink. But it was almost entirely vodka. And it was room temperature because I don't chill my vodka. I don't think one should chill vodka. I think vodka should be served at room temperature, like red wine. Oh good, we can get rid of this stupid Sprite. Alright, so now we need Metapod. Hopefully we will not mirror Metapod this time. Easy enough. Remove Caterpie. And replace it with Metapod. The snap feature is driving me fucking nuts here. Alright, nice. And it's not mirrored now, so there is that going for us. Do I want to go back out to heal? I don't think I do. I don't think there's any reason to. Rainbow is now level 7, and I mean the next 3 levels are going to be gained very, very slowly, but I have to gain them before Brock. I've got to get dinner up to level 10, because Butterfree is somewhat useful against Brock, but Metapod is not. And I can't have all of my eggs in the rhubarb basket. Can't have all of my eggs in the rhubarb basket. That is the title for this video when I export it to YouTube. No one else is going to know what that means. I mean, I guess they will if they watch it, but otherwise they're not going to fucking know what this means. He's burning through our tackle PP. But man, look at that experience game. No, I don't want to. Oh, that has to, I had to change that. That should be on set. I just now remembered that. It doesn't have to be that way, but I think it's standard practice to turn it onto set. Which would just mean that it's not going to ask me between turns if I want to change Pokemon anymore. If I wanted to change Pokemon, then I'm going to take damage or something from doing it. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we're going to try it. I don't know if I have enough PP to kill him. I mean, it's going to suck if I have to swap out anyway. And then I wasted all of this time attacking him. It's going to be close. At best, it's going to be close. I don't think I've got the PP to kill him, though. Not without, like, 2 critical hits, maybe? Ooh, I don't know. That's getting pretty close. Ah, I missed. It's over. There's no way it's not going to happen. Not without a crit. I don't know. I don't know. That could be 1 hit point left. That was 1 hit point left. Alright. Cool. That was tedious and exhausting, but now we need to go heal. Remind me after this fight. There's no one out there to remind me after this fight, but after this fight I need to change the battle back to set so that it doesn't change in between battles. I also need to change the text speed to fast. So set. Everything else is fine. Good. Okay. Just making sure the settings save. You never know with the game. I mean, you press B whether or not it actually saves what you did, or if it just canceled, you know. Games are tedious in that you would think there would be some sort of standard now for this sort of basic fucking thing. Like, did it save what I did? Like, how fucking hard would that be for just every EA game to have the same fucking operation patterns in menus? Much less, you know, every EA game versus every Square Enix game. But none of this pisses me off as much as pressing escape or clicking exit game and then having it take me back outside of the main menu to then have to again exit the fucking game. When I click exit game, I expect it to do exactly that. It should exit the fucking game. not take me back to the main menu and then make me do it again. That's what the main menu button is for. But that's enough ranting on that subject. It's going pretty well. I did do some Zelda speedrunning earlier today. I don't want to be just the Zelda speedrunning channel, right? I want to do other stuff too. It hits this Nuzlocke. But I did do some Zelda speedrunning today while I was just waiting on time to go to work, right? And I was doing this on my Wii U, which also has RetroArch installed on it. And I discovered that the Wii U Pro controller, it's so much better than my PC controller that just by using a better controller, I'm going to shave a good minute off of my time, at least. Simply because my PC controller has me take so many unnecessary steps. And I don't have to do that on my Wii U Pro controller because I control it better. Oh, that's awful. Rhubarb, you suck against bugs. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Rhubarb is just a plant, right? Of some description. It's a root, I think. Rainbow is very slowly gaining the experience that she needs to get evolved into Butterfree, and that will be great. Look forward to it. There's no point in letting her waste her time doing that when I can let Rhubarb waste his time. And Rhubarb is not getting shit for experience. Holy shit, that's slow. We gotta get out of here to somewhere where there's fucking better experience games. We're not gonna let Rhubarb fight level 4 Weedle. It would take forever and it would be tedious and then he would get poisoned and there's no point. We have to get back to grinding outside of Viridian. Right, this guy. We're not sending in Rhubarb anyway, so this should be fine. That's a level 9 Weedle. Hello, sir? Really? Hold the fucking poison him. And it's not a one-shot. Dude, come on. $22. 21. 20. We're definitely going to make it back to a Pokemon Center, but I'm going to keep counting. That's 18. Right. 15, 14, 15. Easily made it back. Alright, good. Alright, so we made it through Viridian Forest successfully. Almost everyone is at the level that I need them to be on. Almost. I still need dinner to gain an additional level, and that's proving to be very, very slow. But I think I can tackle these Rattatas to get it relatively quickly. That's so slow. I'm gonna have to kill like 6 of them. At least, no, this is gonna be a 3-shot. Jesus Christ, really? Rainbow, you suck. I'm just kidding, Rainbow. I love you. Let's send out Rhubarb. At least he's got the type advantage. Yeah. I mean, he took a hit, but like, it's not that bad. We don't want you to fight off. Well, Pidgey doesn't have any flying moves at level 3, but I could hit you with a tackle, and there's no point in letting Dinner take damage right now. We'll take this one. Oh, nice. Simply because Rainbow's so close to level 10 anyway. And then we gotta get Rhubarb to level 10, because Rhubarb still is not level 10. And we want everyone at level 10 before we take on Brock. And again, this is the last of the heavy grinding that we're going to actually be doing. And it's necessary because of the huge level difference between, you know, where you start the game and where Brock is. Plus, he's a rock type gym leader, right? They don't fuck around. They got very high defense. And at this point in the game, your options are very limited for how you deal with a fucking rock type. Alright, go Rainbow. Well, that's the last time we're going to be evolving Rainbow. Obviously, because it doesn't evolve again past Butterfree. Let's get Metapod out of there. And now let's add in Butterfree. Nice. I like. Now we just need Rhubarb at level 10, and we'll be ready to take on Brock. So let's get Rhubarb out there. And let's turn and have an encounter, apparently. This shouldn't take terribly long, but we're going to heal up first because Butterfree gained a level, or Dinner gained a level. Sorry, Rainbow gained a level. That's sort of the... I'll be out of pets' names now, but that's sort of the issue with naming these things after my pets is that, like, I don't really remember which one is which one is which. I remember Rhubarb, because Rhubarb isn't named after one of my pets. I did not remember Nugget, but that's because it's been such a long time since we brought Nugget out. Like, Nugget's just sitting over there chilling right now, being great. Ooh. One more should do it. Had to be a fucking Weedle, huh? I can't risk Rhubarb dying against the stupid fucking Weedle, or the poison, or anything, because Rhubarb is the only way I'm going to be able to deal with Brock. So that was it. Moving on now, finally. No more extensive periods of grinding. Again, I'm saving it, but, like, it's pointless. It's just force of habit, but I'm going to continue doing it. Because if something dies, it's not like I'm going to restart the run or reload the save. And if everyone dies, then the run is just over. Oh, wait, I don't... Ooh. Good lord, level 10. I did not realize we were jumping straight into the fucking thick of it. With a level 10 fucking Geodude. I'm starting to rethink my no items in battle rule. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Geodude went down easily enough. Straight up level 10 though. And then a Sandshrew. Fighting's not good against ground, is it? Not really. Oh, that hit hard. What do we got? I feel like Rainbow is my best shot here. Just because Rainbow's special attack and confusion is going to do so much damage. And Sanshrew's probably got a fairly low special defense. Counting on you, Rainbow. You got this. Let's put confusion there in the first slot because that's the one we're going to want more often than not. That was not very good. Sand attack, annoying. Not the end of the world though. Confusion's got him. It's not going to kill him, but okay, good. Scratch damage. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we took out the Sandshrew. Sandshrew was a curveball that I was not expecting. But we did it. And that's the important thing. So let's head back to the Pokemon Center because obviously there's no reason not to. I may have lost my Twitch chat. Hold on, let me see if I can get that back. I may have lost my stream.